This is a Lombard steam log hauler at the Patten Lumbermen's Museum. This machine was invented in Waterville, Maine by Lombard, used to tow logs out of the woods using a track drive. It's steam powered. We're looking at the saddle water tank. Another view of the water tank. It sits on top of a butt seam boiler. There are two steam engines, one on either side. They have a 9-inch diameter piston, 10-inch stroke, double acting. They both turn a crankshaft, and this one's open. We can actually see the gearing. And there's a differential beneath that. I think we can see the spider gears. This allows the tracks to turn at different speeds, making turning easier. The machine would be chain driven, but the chains are missing, but we can see where they might go. The unique feature of these machines is the track drive. Again, driven by the missing chains. The machine is carried by a roller chain that we can see right here that rides over the tracks. The track has several adjustments. The first one tightens up the lag track. Another adjustment tightens up the chain drive. Another adjustment tightens up the roller chain. And there's a roller chain on both the front and back of this track. 83 of these steam Lombards were built. This is number 82, and it was owned by the Sherman Lumber Company in Sherman, Maine. An original Lombard pressure gauge goes to 300 psi. 200 psi would be a normal maximum pressure. These machines were used in winter, so we have skis on front for steering. Reduction gear, it's a 42-to-1 ratio going to a front steering wheel. It takes a crew of 4 to drive a Lombard. There would be a steering person sitting in front doing the steering. The cab provides some protection from snow and also falling embers from the smokestack right behind it. There's a whistle on the steam dome, and there normally would be a rope going into the steering cab so we could signal the engineer. In the cab we'd have both a fireman and an engineer running the steam engine. The fireman sits on the left. He would be maintaining pressure by adding wood to the boiler. And also water is needed using a pair of steam injectors and looking at a sight glass. All of this equipment is missing on this machine. On the right there would be an engineer who would be working the throttle. We can see where it went, but it's also missing. There also is a lever that works the forward and reversing of this machine. Also a Stevenson linkage up front that we'll take a look at. Also missing is a lubrication pump that would send oil to each of the steam engines. In the back is a wood box that holds roughly a quart of wood. This machine is wood-fired, but could be coal-fired also. The crew member would be the conductor. These machines would tow logging sleds, typically a dozen sleds, and the loads could be as big as 300 tons. Going backwards or forwards is done by using a Stevenson linkage. This has two cams. We can just make these out on the crankshaft. Pulling that lever in the cab, we can select one cam or the other, and this will control the action of a D valve that sends steam to the cylinders. This hose is used to draw water from a stream for the saddle water tank, and we actually use a steam ejector inside the cab to do this. This is a view inside the smoke box. We can see the fire tube boiler and also the headers going to each engine to deliver steam. This Lombard is recognized as a National Historic Mechanical Engineering Landmark. This is a great outdoor display at the Patten Lumbermen's Museum. This is a boom jumper boat used by the Great Northern Lumber Company.